Okay, so my managerial stories, experiences. So I was a manager at one point in time. You guys believe that?
No way.
I was. I had a manager job. It was for this app. I'm not gonna say the app, but you fucking banned me off TikTok. You banned me off. You banned me off live. They banned me off live because I said The Godfather 2 was better than The Godfather 1, and they banned me because they said I was exposing conspiracy theories.
What?
Yeah.
That's real?
That I take that to my grave.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck did I get banned for this bullshit? Yeah, that happened on this app. Basically, I was a manager for this job because I really liked this job. It was work from home. It was during the COVID era. And basically, I watched videos that were on this app that would get posted to this app, and I'd have to basically rank them on because I think old version of this app, for you to get viral, you had to go through 2 different steps. So they'll check the video once it hits 20,000 views, and then they'll check it again once it hits 100,000 views. And if it doesn't break any hardcore violations, then it goes viral.
Oh.
So we were the people that were basically stopping these videos if they were bad from going viral.
I didn't know anybody did that.
Yeah, well, I did it at one point in time, and I was so good at it that I got a manager position. I had my own team there. So it's funny that you brought up the whole story about writing people up, because there was one time I had to write some guy up because he was, I don't know, he was always off his computer and shit, and you could keep track of all that shit. And he didn't come to work for like 4 days. And so I talked to my manager, which is also the worst manager I've ever had. We'll get to that story in a minute. And I'm like, dude, this guy's MIA. I thought he died. I thought something happened to him. Turns out the motherfucker was in jail. So you couldn't write him up. And then once he came back, it was some like weird type of HR thing to where we couldn't actually fire him for being in jail.
Okay. I feel
But
like
about a week later, he still did stupid shit, and then we fired him anyway. Which was also actually, that guy was the most chillest like termination I've ever had in my life. I was just like, hey, bro, we've come to the agreement that you're getting terminated. And he's like, yeah, I know I fucked up. I was like, cool.
Solid,
yeah. Better than this other girl that I fired. She had like a panic meltdown, and fucking, it was weird. It was really weird. Yeah. But anyways, that's not as interesting. My worst boss I ever had. Oh, God. I didn't want to say her name because she's so fucking weird. Weird in a sense of like, I'm going to describe this. Okay, so she, where can I even start with this broad?
Start with her first, middle, and last name.
No. We're gonna start with her name.
Can we get her social
But
security
let's just say she was one of these types of managers that was very hyper focused on your numbers.
Okay.
So like, I'd keep track of the team. Like if they had something to go do or whatnot, I was like, bro, I really don't care as long as you come back and you actually get the numbers that we need. Because your main job there is to look for these stuff. So I'll let you leave for a minute, give a fake internet notice that your internet went out, but you can't be just passing videos of people getting their fucking head blown off. That's where I draw the line, because we've seen a lot of fucking like crazy shit like that. Very traumatizing job in its own sense, but man, got over it. This boss would hyper focus on my numbers, would ask like, oh, how come this, that, and I have to provide, reasons why. But then it got kind of weird, because then I started talking to her more, and then she's like, oh man, every time I come home, I talk about you to my husband all the time. I was like, what the fuck do you mean by that? That's kind of weird, man. Like, what? You just at the dinner table and you're talking about me? Like, you don't talk about the day at your job and stuff like that. And all the other managers hated her, didn't fuck with her.
It's your award-winning personality,
yeah,
for
right.
sure.
For sure. It was the fucking tie, bro.
It was the tie. It was the tie.
Yeah, and then one time I remember we all staged a coup against her.
Huh?
And then, yeah, because she was being a total bitch. And she didn't fucking message anybody but me like, oh, how could you do this? I thought we were friends, this and that. I'm like, I just went with what everyone else said. I'm like, this is all our whole team. If they're all pissed off.
I'm a follower, not a leader.
Yeah. I'm like, if they're all pissed off, there's got to be a reason why. So we got to hear them out. It's like either suck up to the big boss nobody likes, or, be with the people who have issues that we can all sort of resolve. I was thinking from a bigger perspective.
Yeah.
Like maybe we should all, strengthen numbers. So for the people who might be too shy to speak their grievances, you got a bunch of other people to back you up on that. So yeah, we did that, and then it took like a month and a half. I was just like, hey, I'm sorry about that, and I gave her a hug. I tried, sex sells, right? So
He got a raise after that.
yeah, right. So we were cool again, and then I moved to Texas. I quit the job, moved to Texas, And then like 2 weeks in, I get a text from her. And she's like, wow, since you moved, you don't want to talk to me anymore? This chick had a husband, bro. Full-on husband. In the military, if I may add. In the military. Mm. So I'm like, I ain't going to shoot my shot and get shot.
Jesus.
And plus, she wasn't even my type, right? She was fucking white vapor. I don't like those types, all right? Fuck the male militia.
What's a white vapor?
White vapor. I don't know. White person who vape, bro.
That's like every white
you, bro.
person.
That ain't me. Okay.
What?
No. Okay. Fuck the joke. Fuck the joke. But yeah, that was the weirdest one. It's just that weird line. Which is why I was talking about that earlier. It was just like that. That traumatized me in a sense of like, damn, I really shouldn't like expose my full-on personality to people unless, like you said, unless you had like similar sort of like, comedic things and stuff like that. So when I came to this job, I knew it was cool because we were in the general teams always fucking with each other. So I'm like, all right, she has that sense of humor to where I feel like if I can just throw something, even if it's a hard stray. I've thrown some hard strays in the fucking general chat. I ain't scared of that shit. No matter if it's at work, on Discord, it don't matter. If I got something to say, I'm gonna fucking say it.
Do you know how many times we get on like a meeting with like the CFO and you'll say some out of pocket shit and I had to be like, James Michael, stop, or sorry, Kauzum,
It's
stop.
fine. You can call me James. It's cool.
Like, bro, you need to chill out. And you're like, what do you mean?
Actually, no, there was one time. And I'm going to tell the story one time. It was when you left. You said it was one of your favorite moments of me being at our last job. So I was new to this job one time, right? And, you get used to a new office space. You're kind of awkward. You don't really know. So I'm like, all right, maybe if I stand out a little bit, maybe people will like me faster. So I get into this meeting. And I guess apparently the head of this company that we were at comes in to this meeting. I don't know. I don't know anybody's name. So I'm sitting there, and he starts talking about like how there was some email sent out about him, and he's like, oh, this wasn't true. That wasn't true. I didn't say this, whatnot. I'm just looking from my perspective. I'm thinking this guy is like the same position as me, and someone was talking shit about him. I don't know who the fuck he is. He had a suit, and he had a better suit. He had a better getup than I did. So I remember, and this is a room full of fucking people. I'm like, I can't be the only one thinking this. Apparently, I was the only one thinking this because everybody knew who this fucking guy was. So after he finishes a spiel about how he's an innocent man, yada, 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 whatever, I raised my hand.
Did he ask, like, are there any questions?
He was like, are there any questions? Yeah. He asked if there's any questions. I raised my hand. I'm like, yeah, I got a question. Who are you? And everybody died laughing, but that was a genuine question. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Like, you want me to bat up for you? I don't even know who you are. Apparently, he was the whole, like, department head of everything. And,
he was the
vice president.
He was VP.
Yeah, he was VP of the shit. So I was like,
yeah.
But hey, I'm sure he remembers me after that day, though. I'm sure. As the guy who fucking asked who the fuck he was when he tried to plead his case.